and welcome back to my channel for this month's TBR. Am I insane? Most likely. I hope the wind isn't going to be too loud, but yeah, I am traveling and I'm sharing my TBR, and I thought, why not combine and show you the beautiful area that I'm in. So yes, I have brought all these books not only on my journey, I have brought them on this small hike. Insane? Yes, but I would love to know if any of you can relate. This hat, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Just wish it would stay like this. Okay, let's dive into my TBR for the month of July. So if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Cece. I read and I travel and I unbox things. And I have a way to do my TBR where I separate it into group reads, buddy reads, arcs that I need to read, and some goals. I have some prompts, kind of like my very own readathon every single month. Whoopsies. So let's start with the group reads. I want to read and apologize. I'm apologizing for reading from my phone because I don't know all of this by heart. So for the book explosion book of the month, I will be reading You Should See Me in a Crown. And my feet, I need to shuffle my feet around. Right. So the read, rate, review isn't out yet, but it's I can read that next month. Then I want to read with the Booktube chicks, Clap When You Land. And I want to read with Books and Jam, The Giver of Stars, and with the Literally Dead book club by Books and Lala, Zone 1. And these are all books that I'm going to have to purchase. Because my TBR, my physical TBR, isn't big enough yet. So the next book that I want to talk about, that I want to read, and I'm throwing them away, Where the Lost Wander, is a Once Upon a Book Club book, and I do love to read the Once Upon a Book Club book at least once a month. I wish I could read it more, but it's a box that just comes out once a month. I might need to change how I'm doing this. So I hope you can still see me. If not, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to live with it. Okay. Go away and. Right, so the Once Upon a Book Club book box is a book box that comes with a book, and then inside the book you have these post-its that say open your gift, like so, and then it brings you a gift that brings something from the box alive, from the book alive. We're usually getting 3 to 4 gifts depending on the value. One of these gifts, it's usually 3 material gifts and sometimes a 4th gift, and sometimes the 4th gift is a nostalgic one where the Once Upon a Book Club team created something like a letter, photographs or something, just like a print. So I call that a nostalgic gift. Where the Lost Wander is, as far as I know, something around the Oregon Trail, 1853, the Overland Trail. And I am, for some reason lately, completely sucked into the 1800s, or especially around 1850, Gold Rush, Civil War, history. I don't know why, but if you know any good books from that era, please recommend them to me. I want to read them all for some reason right now. Or any like through hike books that are really good. Alright, so Where the Lost Wander is my group read. So next are my buddy reads. With Lucien, I will be reading The Great Hunt. I really wanted to get into the Wheel of Time saga, and I'm having a little bit of a hard time because it feels so slow. I'm so used to the quick pacing that we're used to nowadays. Well, not quick pacing in general, but it just feels a lot slower than what I'm used to. But as a buddy read, I'm forcing myself, and I love this world. It's just slower than what I'm used to. That's all. So I'm looking forward to reading this with Lucienne. Let's do that. So you're gonna have to watch me struggle throughout this whole video with how my books are here and not falling to pieces. Everything's falling to pieces, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna hold it like so. Okay. All right. So next buddy read is with Jen. I'm going to be reading Rise. I really enjoyed Rule. I understand why this is a very particular enjoyment, and this is not for everyone, but I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to reading Rise with Jen. And I will also read The Wicked Fox with her. The Wicked Fox has been pitched to me as a K-drama in a YA novel, and I am so here for that. So hope that's all that it's promising to be. Right, then I will also, do I have this not in here? Where is it? There. I will also be reading The Bells with Ilva. And then I have two traveling books. One is The Way of the Kings. I have been enjoying everything that Brandon Sanderson has been writing so far. I am 2/3 through. I left myself 3 months to get through this because this is a beast. But I'm actually getting through quite quickly, so I still spread it out over 3 months. The Traveling Books is a Goodreads group where we read a book together, and you can see several people already read this, and each has a different colored pen, and then they write their notes in it, and it feels like we're reading it together. It's so much fun. Sometimes we have like full-on conversations in there, and it's a lot of fun. The second traveling book I will be reading is my first Maggie Stiefvater, and that is All the Crooked Saints. I know nothing about the Crooked Saints. I just know that Maggie Stiefvater is quite popular author in the YA community, so I wanted to read something, and I took the chance when the traveling book came along. If you haven't noticed, I don't speak much about the content of these books because I sometimes don't know shit about it. I sometimes just know one blurb that sold it to me, and then I forget, and I do prefer to go in books blind because then I don't get too disappointed. So if you want to know more about these books, you're gonna have to watch my vlogs when I'm reading them. I will be talking about the books and my experience, and without spoilers. And if you are looking for a specific book that I'm talking about, in my vlogs, in the description it always says where I was while during filming, which books I read, and which boxes I unboxed. So if you are looking for a particular book, you don't have to watch through the whole vlog. You can just look in the description box, although I do invite you to watch my vlogs. So all right, then I have two arcs that I want to read. Wake and Children of War, both are arcs from NetGalley. Oh, and I forgot, I have a second Once Upon a Book Club book, and that is Wildland. And I forgot about it because I already read it in the beginning of July, because today is July 3rd, and I have already read it on the 1st and 2nd. So that's why I forget to mention it, but it technically is part of the TBR. And by the way, awesome gifts. So go and check out these, check out the vlog. I think it should be week 27. Now let's get to the prompts. So the first prompt is the oldest, one of the top oldest from my wish list. Alternatively, I can delete 10, and I just deleted 10. Then I have three slots from last year's TBR. If I have something, if I put something on my TBR last year and I still haven't read it, I automatically put it on my TBR again so that I get to it. And yay, we did not have a single book from the July 2019 TBR that I haven't read yet. But I have 3 books from the TBR in June that I had started and not finished, so I'm carrying them over. One is Gone with the Wind. I am halfway through. Then we have Nice Try Jane Sinner, and we have The Name of the Wind. The Name of the Wind has been on my TBR for ages, and well, Nice Try Jane Sinner, I just remember reading a blurb about it and loving it. These 2 books actually have been sent to me by people from the Goodreads group that I have been talking about, and I will be making book boxes for them. I have made already a book box for Heartless for somebody in this group, and I think I did that in week 26 if you want to check out that vlog. I don't show much about the box though, to be honest, sorry. Right, then the next is book club catch up. Read a book from a book club that like from past months that I haven't finished, and that for this I have picked Snowflower and The Secret Fan. I think this has been on my TBR every other month, and I finally really want to get to it. I'm so into historical fiction right now, and this book is historical fiction in the 19th century China. Then the next prompt is one of the top 10 lowest ratings on my Goodreads TBR. So on my Goodreads I have separated my wish list from my physical owned TBR, my ebooks, my audiobooks, everything that I own is on my want to read list. And I sort it and pick and look at the lowest ratings, so I'm getting these done as well, and I don't mind if I end up DNFing them. And for this I am reading Never Contented Things. Know nothing about it, so you're gonna have to watch the vlog, sorry. Then top 10 most reviewed, and for this I'm again attempting to read Slaughterhouse 5. I don't know how many times I have attempted to read this, and we're almost through. From my top shelf, so above my little shelf with my TBR and my new bought books, I have this shelf with like the beautiful books, the books that I'm really eager to read, and picking one of these is going to be The Belts that I'm going to be reading with Ilva. One non-fiction book. I will be reading one non-fiction book every single month that has been recommended to me by somebody that I know, admire, that is in my life somehow, or that I have some ties, or that I don't know how to explain it, but just somebody that I know, and for some reason I wanted a recommendation from them. And for this I will be reading Good to Great, and then the last prompt is to continue on in a series, and this is Doubling Up Rise, which I'm going to be reading with Jen. And the last one could also be the series, and that is I'm going to be reading Girls of Storm and Shadow with Lucienne. I really wanted to get to this as well. I bought it as soon as I finished Girls of Paper and Fire, and I haven't gotten to it. So I obviously are going to get to these books first because I have them with me. Some of the books I have as audiobook or ebook with me, so yeah, let's dive into it. So I'm currently reading this one, The Name of the Wind, and I'm just going to sit back now and enjoy the view, enjoy the scenery, and read a little bit in The Name of the Wind as soon as I have somehow found a way to get all these books back into my backpack. All right, this is it for today. I hope you enjoy watching my vlogs that are coming finally live on my channel. You've been seeing them coming up every other day, and I hope to catch up soon so that you can enjoy my beautiful traveling again and my reading whilst traveling. All right, see you again on my channel real soon. Bye.